Okay. Hi guys. Okay, so we are so excited to do this team call. Like, I'm so pumped for it. It is our summit experience, and so yeah, if we're gonna have a lot of information. So if you do have your pen and paper or phone out to take notes because there are going to be at least 4 main topics that we talk about that are going to probably help your business like today. So I'm going to let Emma take over for this part.
Okay, so first we were talking about what is Summit and why it's so important to attend. So I just wanted to share my experience for my very first Summit because I know a lot of the girls that went, it was their very first Summit. And I don't know about them, but for my first Summit, I went with like $400 to my name. I knew that it was super important to get there. I heard Lindsay Matway share her story about how one, she was in a lot of financial debt because her daughter was a preemie and had a brain bleed and a very low chance of survival. She's now healthy and thriving, but she obviously had a lot of medical debt. She knew it was important to get to Summit because it was going to be a business game changer for her to help her get out of the things that were holding her down and strapping her down. So she mentioned that she sold her Xbox, she sold like her DVD player, just anything that she could. So I said, okay, it's important for me to get there. And let me tell you, it literally changed my mindset, and I took myself more seriously. I invested in myself and in my business. So this is a business investment. It is a tax write-off. You get to hang out and meet your friends that you talk to online all the time. You get trainings from top coaches in the network and keynote speakers that Beachbody pays to come to our events to share their practices and what they found from years and years and years of research. There's recognition. You get to walk the stage. You get to work out at a huge super workout with all of everyone there. And there's also a more intimate workout on one of the days. So you get to choose a trainer to work out with, which we worked out with Autumn. Some people worked out with Chris. Some people worked out with Shaun T. The core, which is basically the Beachbody Mall. So things that are there are not always available online. They're only available at the core. And you really, like I said, people start to take you more seriously. You really show what the community is about. You show people, and if you weren't there, share our pictures. You can share our experiences, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that when we're talking about a few of the topics that really stood out to us. But I mean, and I know that we're also going to have a few other of the girls share their experiences of their first time. We asked a few of the girls that were there to just share 5 minutes, a little bit of their story, their coaching, and kind of their biggest takeaways and maybe where they were at before to where they are now. Because I know that sometimes I'm not always relatable just because I've been a coach for 5 years, but I like to go back to those very first times because every time is a game changer. And for me, I felt like this was a rebirth. I felt like this was like my very first Summit again. I had this sense of energy and this newness, and I don't know, I think a lot of people did as well that have been in the company for a while, and it was a very good Summit. So excited to share with you, and I'm going to give it over to Gabby now to talk about announcements.
Yes, awesome points, Emma. So yeah, we have a few announcements. If you haven't already heard, Live Sport, obviously, we all know it's launching. And good job everyone that did the live workout. I was really super sad that I couldn't do it, but it's okay. And then Shift Shop. If you guys have done Shift Shop, it's actually kind of fun. We did it. I did it for the first time when we were in Indy because Bree was like, you have to do Shift Shop. So I did it, and we actually had a blast doing it. But they're gonna I don't know, remember his name. What's his name, that creator? Anyway,
Chris Downing.
Yes, Chris Downing. He kind of vamped it up a little, and so it's proving ground. This is like, I'm so excited to introduce this to my husband because he's going to seriously love it. So if you have a significant other or like a hubby or whatever, show this to them because it is pretty awesome. And then Transform 20, which is honestly, I had goosebumps watching the previews for this because I love Shanti. If you are a Shanti lover, you're going to love this program. It's actually coming out in January 2019. It's only 35-minute workout. But you can definitely search on YouTube to watch the preview for it. And then, of course, Pumpkin Spice Shakeology, you guys. Seriously, when they announced that, I think I went deaf from all the basic girls like me that was like, yes, Pumpkin Spice. But they're only launching it for a month. I think they said September or October. It might have been October. For a month to test it. So once it's gone, it's gone. So definitely be on the lookout for it and order a bag so you guys can talk about it, share it, and whatever. But definitely be on the lookout for Pumpkin Spice Shakeology because I know I will be. I might order like 30 bags. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah. So here you go, Emma.
Good question, Becca. She said, can you pre-order it? I don't think you can, but I think just once it's out, excuse me, we should know the date. And then I think you just have to be like on it at that time when it comes out because I have a feeling it's going to like go. Also, if you hear my kids in the background, my brother's watching them and I hear Ashton freaking out right now. So yeah, so the keynote speakers.
I was just going to say really quick, you guys, just put like, if you want one bag, just put money away and like be like, that's my Shakeology bag. So I have it ready to go for you guys to order it. I know that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, and actually I think it's different prices. There's like less, so we'll have to specify, but I think it's kind of in like packets and it's like less servings than 30. We'll double check. But anyway, so the keynote speakers were really awesome. Connie Podesta, she really talked about personality shapes, and Sean Aker, he is a happy scientist, so he studies the science of happiness and how it works with our mind and everything. So go check out those videos, and I'm gonna mute myself really quick and Gabby can take over.
Oh, Ashton. No, we just love her so much. Okay, so here are some of the top trainings that basically stood out to us. I am gonna go like swipe through the ones that I'm talking about to see if Emma can come back on and talk about hers. But these are the top trainings that we found. You guys, this is so important. Like, remember that when you go to Summit or when you get your ticket, you're not just like meeting up with your friends and like meeting people for the first time. You're going there to get, geez, it's either crying babies or a barking dog. This is a great call. So you're not just, hanging out with friends and stuff like that. This is genuinely like you're getting top training, and it's so, so important. I'm going to go back. Do you want me to go back, Emma? Okay. You're getting top training from top coaches. And so that's why we want to talk about top ones that stuck out to us. So go ahead, Emma.
Okay. Did you finish the people or the videos, the Summit recap videos for me? Basically, just watch the Summit recap videos. So there's one on Shakeology. Bonnie Engel does one, and also Melanie Mitro. The Shakeology one is great with Darren Oline and Isabel Deichler. And just hearing more about their story, because that one really helps with, when you know more, it helps with the objections and it helps with your confidence. So, and we'll talk about that. So the first one I wanted to talk about is authentic connections. And this was by Keisha Fitzgerald and Jamie Fitzpatrick. And they really talked about how your connection begins before the conversation. So one, your fitness story. So now and then. So what did your fitness story look like now and then? Your business story. Why did you start and why are you here now? And then personal story. Who are you and how can someone connect with you? Amy, she's totally talking. So I just want you to know, really write these 3 things down. So 1, you won't be for everyone. And that's okay. Number 2, share your objections. And I'm going to talk about this. And then narrow your focus by being authentic. So really trust. Are you being consistent? Are you showing up every single day? Are you predictable? Are people expecting your posts in the morning, your stories? People know that I'm going to be posting my Instagram stories in the morning, so they look forward to those morning posts. So really using your stories and having that in your toolbox. So I can mentor people that don't have the same stories as me, because I can talk about Gabby, who works at the restaurant and is a bartender and still gets up and works out and works her business and things like that. So really talking about the conversation drivers, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in objections, but really finding that common ground and calling out objections. So, and having, hold on, let me go to my objective notes. She's now taking out my sticky notes. So this is really awesome. So overcoming the no and the not nows. And so Gabby and I were talking and kind of talking about our pinpoints and our main things. And she was saying how objections were her thing. And that was my very first takeaway at my first summit was objections. And so basically sharing other people's stories and other people's seasons of lives, responding to the objection like in your Instagram story. So like, you know, someone tells me that they don't have time to do things, I'm going to say, well, I just had my daughter climbing all over me during a business call. So if you can't tell me that, you know, you don't have time to do what you're passionate about, like, whatever, at least I'm the one here who's pulling your hair. But yeah, so really just relating with people, and coaching has given me more freedom to be with you. Yeah. I'm not going to like her daycare right now to pick her up at 6 p.m., right? It's 5:45 right now. I just made dinner for them before this call. So when I get off, we can have time together. So, you know, what are you skeptical of? What are they skeptical of? Talk about what they're skeptical of in their stories. Ashton, you're really hurting me. That's not nice. No, thank you. Thank you. Go look outside. Yeah. So really just emphasizing other people and just talking about it.
Do you want me to take over? Yeah? Okay. Okay, so I'll take over.
Ashton just said sure, so I guess
okay. So yeah, guys, honestly, like if you ever come across an objection where you have people are like, well, I don't have time, or I don't have the money, or I'm too afraid, call out their objections, but not to them. So when they give you those objections and they give you those reasons why, all you have to write them in your notes. And so when you have a post or you're thinking like, oh man, I don't know what to talk about, boom, make a post. Make sure that your post has value. And so what you can say is call them out in your posts, call them out in your stories, not specifically, but just say, you know, like, you know, I am a bartender and I work late nights and I still have time for my business. I wake up early, I make sure I get it done, and I'm still making sure like my life is on the go, but I have my Shakeology. Like, talk about it. Call them out on their objectives. And if you guys ever come across that, reach out to us and we'll help you, you know, crush those objectives and you know, pinpoint, you know, how to come across their objectives. Because when you call out their objectives, and they won't give you a reason why anymore. And that was so clear to me at Summit when they were saying that. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes. Like, I'm going to start calling people out on their objectives so that when I do make a post and they do reach out to me, they can't tell me that they don't have time, because I know they read that post. I know they liked that post that I made. So definitely breadcrumb the objectives. And of course, you guys know I always talk about following up. You guys, I cannot talk more highly about following up. And if you're not doing it, your business is just going to go like this. Following up is literally so important. It's 80% of your business. 80% of your business should be like following up with people, because you're going to have people that say, no, not right now, or I don't have time, or I don't have money. Follow up with them. Maybe that follow-up is the right time, that they have the right money, or that they're just like right then and there. Yes, how many of you said yes right away? I know I didn't. It took me 4 years. So if Emma were to never follow up with me, ever, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I wouldn't. So always, always follow up. It means you care. It means you are looking out for them, and reignite old conversations, you guys. Just like, authentic connections. When you guys are starting conversations with people, reach out to them. Be like, hey girl, how you doing? Like, sometimes a lot of my conversations are not even about signing up. They're just getting to know them, feeling them out, seeing what they're like, where they live, what they like to do, stuff like that. Creating friendships off social media. And the best thing that I do when I follow up is if I really get a vibe from someone, and Emma taught me this, if I get a vibe from someone that's just like, no, 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 it's just like pushing me away, like ghosting me, I say to them, and I say it like wholeheartedly, I'm like, look girl, this is not the right time for you. And I totally, totally understand it. But when you're ready, my door will always be open. But you have to let me know. If you want to set a date for when I follow up with you, let me know and I will do that. But right now just really doesn't seem like the right time. And I don't want to pressure you into anything that you don't want to do or commit. So that's how I honestly follow up with people, and talk on the phone, get on Zoom with them. And you remember, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. You can't. It's just impossible. So a little bit of action steps that I have for you guys for following up is start up 20 new conversations. Follow 20 new people, start up 20 new conversations, and then reignite 20 old conversations. So reach out to people that you've already reached out to, and start with that, because I know that's the first thing I did when I got back from Summit. Yes, Lindsay, awesome. Yes. And okay, so your vital behaviors. I have a question. Do you guys know what vital behaviors are? Like, write in the chat box, because I'm actually very curious if you guys know the vital behaviors of being a Beachbody coach. Yes, yes, Becca, yes. Okay, because let me tell you guys something, and I'm sorry if I come off like, like super like, it's just that, you guys, vital behaviors is what is going to make your business. It is 91% of top coaches use vital behaviors. Treat your business like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to be a hobby. So here are the 6 vital. People say there's 3. I like to say there's 6. And I actually have these written down so I can see them daily. They're up here. So the first one is being the product of the product. You guys, if you're not taking Shakeology, you're not being the product of the product. You won't be able to share how it makes you feel. You won't be able to share how it tastes. None of that. If you're not using Energize, you won't be able to share how it makes you feel or how it makes you get up and be able to work out in the morning. So you really, really, really need to be the product of the product. Be the best challenger in your challenge group. You need to be the best challenger in your challenge group. Are you your best? Are you taking Shakeology? Are you taking Energize? Are you working out daily? Those are the things that people are going to see you do, and in return are going to want to do it as well. Also, personal development. Apply a daily routine, 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, morning and night. Personal development is so important. I'm going to give away a book at the end of this call, because I got a couple girls together that are actually doing a book, and we're going to be reading the same book this month for July, and I'm going to give it away in this team call. So personal development is key. Like, if you're not reading personal development, it's very hard to succeed in this business without personal development. I can tell you that much. Number 3 is, the biggest one is expand, connect, invite, and follow up. You guys should have goals, obviously, but you should want to expand your business with coaches, with challengers every single month. You should have a goal. If your goal is 5 and you've been at 5 for like the past 3 months, 6 months, whatever, dude, I put mine up to 20. I want 20 new coaches. I want 20 new challengers. Don't underestimate yourself. Put yourself out there. You guys can do it. I know you can, because I did it. If I can do it, you guys can do it too. Expand. Add 10 new followers daily. Connect. 5 new conversations. Invite 5 people a day to your challenge group, or to be in a into the coaching business and follow up with 5 people, at least 5 people each day. That's just how you guys are going to be able to work in your power pockets. Because I do get it. I do get that you guys, might have full-time jobs and it's very hard to find the time to work your business. And I'm going to talk about having a game plan after. But doing these 4 things, expand, connect, invite, and follow up, is going to be so much easier for you guys when you have a game plan. Create value. You guys, your posts, if you're going to be posting, make sure it has value, because people are just going to scroll on by you if they're just like, so what? Like, so what, you worked out today? But how did it make you feel? Talk about how it made you feel. Add value to your content. Add value to your brand so that you are scroll stop worthy, if that makes sense. So make sure that people aren't just going to scroll past your stuff. What are you attracting them to see? And then number 5 is drive duplication. When you guys start to get girls, whatever you're doing, duplicate that and help your other girls do what you're doing. So that's like honestly the stage that I'm in, because I have coaches and I want to duplicate everything that I'm doing to give to them and show them what I'm doing. And then the last one is, hold on, I gotta turn my page. Keep commitments to yourself, you guys. Treat your business like a business. So if you guys want this, like if you guys are like, yes, like, keep your commitment to yourself. If you want this, what is your why? Really look at, really determine your why. Your why simplifies what I know I need to do. And then also when you guys are going through the hard times, like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can be a coach. I'm having a really bad day. I don't want to do anything. Your why, go back to your why, because your why will help you be like, yes, I don't have time for this. I need to get up right now. I need to work out, and I need to remember I'm doing this for me and my family and whatever your why is. And this is going to be like the ugly truth, guys. But hold on. Okay. Ugly truth. Your why needs to be so clear and your vision needs to be too big, or you will quit. You will. And I believe that, because I will tell you right now, I was a coach for Herbalife. And although I left for other reasons, I also left because it got too hard. It got really, really hard, and I wasn't willing to work for it. And as much as I feel so much more confident now because I'm with a team and a community and I absolutely love it, I also know that I wasn't working hard enough because I didn't have a why. I wasn't taught that. And so knowing your why and your visions and making sure that you see them daily and that you are looking at them every single day will push you harder every single day. And if they're not clear, you will quit. And that is the ugly truth, and I truly, truly believe that. So here's your game plan. This is going to be your game plan. You guys should be posting. And I mean, some of you are posting a lot more, which is amazing. But if you're not posting at all, you need to at least attempt to post 10 stories a day. Go live once a week. Talk about anything. Talk about meal prepping. Go live and share your workout while you're working out. Show people that you struggle too. Talk about your challenge groups, whatever. Go live once a week. Pick one day that you're going to go live. Commit to working 1 to 2 hours. So maybe in the morning, and some 30 minutes in the morning or 30 minutes at night, so that you guys can move forward every single day. Commit to working 1 to 2 hours a day, and make sure you're using your vital behaviors. Your vital behaviors is what is going to get you successful in this business. And then now I am super excited because Emma and I actually asked Haley and Morgan. Haley is one of Emma's coaches, and Morgan was my coach who came to Summit. And, I honestly still can't believe that I had a coach come to Summit with me, which is seriously so amazing. I still pinch myself. But we wanted to give them 5 minutes on the stand to talk about their experience. So Haley, go ahead and unmute yourself and share your experience. Oh no, oh well. Go ahead, Haley.
Okay, can you hear me?
Can everyone hear me okay? Okay. So I kind of typed myself an email at work because I had to try and think of everything because I still feel very overwhelmed from everything that happened there. I feel like I'm still taking it in, even though it's only been a week, but there was a lot that happened, a lot that we had to learn or did learn. Um, okay, let's see. And it sounds kind of corny, but maybe some of you will relate. Since coming back, part of me feels like a new person. Part of me is giving a different outlook on life and my health, and helping other women who struggle with what do I have down here with body dysmorphia, the way that they eat, the way that they feel about themselves, not being able to get motivated because I just started probably a little over a year ago, and I wasn't doing as good as I am now. Like, I fell off for quite a bit. Even before Summit, I've been a coach since December, and I was doing good with it for a while at first, and then I fell off. Household issues, my living situation's not the best right now. So that didn't really help either. And I'm sure some of you can relate to things like that too. If you fall off, it's hard to get back on. But since going, and I think Gabby and I even talked about it beforehand, we were texting, she was like, maybe this will kind of give you a different outlook and maybe change your mind of, coaching. Cause I did just kind of do discount at first too. And it's great, but being able to actually help people and get people signed up is even better. Um, and then, being able to listen to all of the speakers, there was a lot to take in, and as tired as we were, I still tried to stay focused the entire time, because there was a lot. There was so many good speakers. Some of my favorites were the creators and founders of Shakeology, which was so cool because something that I talked to you about when I try to get people to sign up, I don't think people realize how good it is for you. Um, because I was really skeptical about it at first too. I was like, oh, this is probably just another like protein shake type thing, probably not the, it's nothing special. But it is. I think we had talked about this a couple months ago. Shakeology is about $4 a day, I think, for what you pay. And that's like going to Starbucks every day. I don't know about you guys, but I had a problem with Starbucks for the longest time, and now I hardly buy any of it anymore. And then along with the performance line, Emma and I met the creator of that too. I think she still has to send me the picture of that we got with the guy, but that was really cool too. And Energize is so good. I don't know about you guys, but I crave that stuff every freaking morning. And then something I kind of took away from it too is that coaching, I don't know. It can maybe come easy to some people. It's not always going to be easy. From what I heard from a lot of the top coaches, which I think were all female besides one that we listened to, a lot of them put in a lot of work for that. It's not always something that comes easy, and you do have to work for it. And since coming back, I've been putting a lot more time into it, for working for what I want. And I'm not saying I'm going to be a superstar next year at this time. It may take me time. It's going to take everyone time. And I work full time as it is. I still do plan to go back to school. Um, so it's not easy. I mean, you may have more free time, but I try to take time in the morning to do some stuff. Sometimes on my lunch at work during my 15-minute breaks that I get after work. And something I do sometimes, I don't know if any of you've noticed, but I will record my Instagram stories when I'm working out, and I will save them and create them, tweak them, and post them later, like right on my way to work, when I get to work early. Sometimes I will literally go to work early, like 15 minutes early, just to use the Wi-Fi and post all the stuff, because sometimes it can suck the data right out of my phone. And then another thing that was really fun was being able to meet everyone, meet your coach, meet other girls on your team, meet other girls from other teams, people that aren't even on your team and that you've been friends with on social media. It was so cool because I met one of my friends. We've been on social media together for like 5 years now, and I finally met her. Let me tell you, I cried like a baby, but it was great. So I think all of you should be there next year with us. It's so much fun. I had so many people ask me at work, they're like, oh, how was your trip, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I can't even describe it. It was that good of a time. So that's my takeaway from it. Like I said, I'm still trying to take it in. I just had a wedding this past weekend, so everything's been really crazy busy. But like Gabby said, you should at least try to take some time out of each day to email people back, follow up, do whatever you have to do. So that's my little takeaway on it.
Yes, Haley, amazing. Oh my gosh, so proud of you. And I literally told Haley 1,000 times. Haley was trying to give me girls, and I'm like, no, like you're gonna go to Summit and you're gonna be a coach. I like would not give up on her. Emma too. Like we were texting back and forth, and I was like, no, she's gonna go to Summit, and her whole mindset is gonna change, and it did, and I can see it, and I'm so proud of you. Okay.
Proud of you.
Yeah, so proud. Okay, so go ahead, Morgan. You're up.
Can you guys hear me? Yay? Yes? Okay. So I wrote a little thing in my notes too, and it's going to be a rambled mess anyway, but I think like one of the most important things like for me was I was so nervous. Like going there, my anxiety was through the roof. Like the only person I'd ever met was Haley, and that was just once before like we went out to Panera. And I didn't know anyone. I was staying in a house with 5 other girls. Like it wasn't like weird, but it was something new for me. So it was like having to go somewhere where I didn't know anyone. I didn't know the place. Like that was the first thing that kind of freaked me out. But then like by the end of that first day, it was like we all knew each other for years. And like we were getting up in the mornings and hanging out and drinking our Energize. Like I think Thursday morning, the first thing we did was like we all made Energize and had like a little photo shoot in the living room of like the house we were staying at. And like it was just so like so fun. Like just everything we did, from like waking up and working out together, even though it was at the ass crack of dawn at like 4:30 on Friday and 3:30 on Saturday. And there's no rest. I don't know if anyone watched like Lauren's video before Summit. She's like, there's no sleep. There's not. I think we got maybe 10 hours of sleep the entire like 5 days we were there, because it was like we were getting up early to work out. Like we would try to eat something really quick. We would go like do the conferences all day, come back, then go like get ready for like dinner and hang out with all the other girls. Like it was so busy, and we were all so exhausted, but like we still made such like a good time out of it, I feel. So I think like getting like the personal part, like just not, I don't want to say skipping the business part, but being able to like build the relationships with people and like have fun and kind of focus on you. I think that was a really, really big part. But when it comes to like building your business, like everything like that you're learning, like some of it's hard to pay attention to because you are so tired, but like when you really dial on the stuff, it's like, oh shit, like I should be doing this. Like this makes sense to me. And it kind of like clicks and you're like, why have I not been doing that all along? Because like I just became a coach in March, the very end of March. And it seemed like there was like some things that would kind of work for me and some things that like I was trying just because I saw other people doing it. And learning at like the conferences at Summit helps me realize like, oh, like this works for me and I like this person's approach, so this is what I'm going to do. And it seemed to like be working for me already. Like even coming back from Summit, I think the first day, that Monday after, like I went to a coffee shop and I sent out all the follow-up emails. I sent up like my Google Streak. I was even like texting Gabby. I'm like, look at what I'm doing. Because I was so like excited about it from everything I learned. Like I love learning. So going to the Summit and learning all about how to build my business and help other people and also help myself was just like such a big thing. So I think as nervous as I was going in, like I laughed, like I didn't want to leave. I was like I kind of want to go home and like see like my boyfriend, but also like I want to sit here and hang out with everybody in this nice house for as long as I can. Like it was so fun. So I mean, like Haley said and everyone else has been saying, like you need to go next year. Like it's so fun. It's life-changing. It's awesome.
Hey, yes. So proud of you. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yeah, I'm so proud of you, Morgan and Haley. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. And yes, like you guys, you're not going to relate to everything. A lot of things, you know, you're just going to be like, okay. But there's going to be so much that you guys will be like, why, yeah, exactly what Morgan said. Why haven't I been doing that the whole time? Like the objectives. Why haven't I been doing that the whole time? So there are going to be things that you guys will relate to. So Emma, do you want to talk about this? Because this is really exciting.
So one thing we also took away from Summit, from a few of the other leaders, we'd heard it actually from a few, and we were like, okay, what is this? We got to figure it out. Is Emerald in 24-hour calls. We want to help you guys all unlock your business, and we also want to continue to help your coaches unlock their business and show them the potential and what it means. So we are starting something new. This is something we've never done before. It's called Emerald in 24 Hours. It's going to be every other Tuesday starting July 10th. So July 10th and July 24th are the ones for this month at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time on Zoom. And we'll share more kind of what that entails closer, but you'll just have to hop on the call and actually see what it means.
Yeah, you guys, Emma and I were sitting next to each other at all these trainings, and we were like, oh my God, we need to do this, we need to do this, we need to do this. And like, that is something that like, we do this for you guys, like for you guys. We are trying to get you guys to be where we are, and it's so possible. And so we do these trainings and we get these ideas for you guys so that you can, you know, build a team, get confident being on Zoom and running a team call. Are you kidding? My first team call, I was pretty much like, no, it was terrible. I was never like this, okay? So that's why when I asked Haley and I asked Morgan to come on here, I want you guys to get comfortable. And, you know, going to Emeralds, like when I hit Emeralds, I didn't realize the effect it actually had. And you can ask Emma, like, you get
I told her, but it doesn't affect you, and it doesn't really become real until it's happening to you. Like, we can only tell you that the volume's going to help you as much and the team cycle bonuses and all these things, but until it's actually happening to you, and like she cycled 70 times or $70 and the other week, and I was like, wait, what? And you didn't tell me? And she was like, I didn't realize that was like good. I'm like, that's amazing. Like, that's $70 that is based off of your hard work with helping people and not off of your commission in the week. And that's what we want to help you with. And that's what the potential that Emerald has to do, is to help you have that freedom that we talk about. And so these calls are going to show you that potential and remind you every other week. And I think that's going to be really cool. And like Abby said, we go to Summit so we can learn these things too, so we can soak in information, so we know how to help you guys become better. Same with us. Like, we're always working to become that. So
exactly, you guys. And it's literally, once I hit Emerald, I was like, dude, this is actually like so easy. Like, I'm not even like exaggerating. Like, I know you guys were probably like, but how do I get a coach? Be on this call and you guys will hit Emerald. I know it. And then, oh my God, I'm so pumped. Literally, like, I'm telling you, Emma's mindset changed completely when we went to Summit. We're going to be doing a level up group. So what does that mean? That means that Emma and I and everyone on the team, we need to level up. You guys, there was 20,000 coaches at Summit, and there's a lot more out there. We need to level up. If we want to walk that stage, and if we want to be making six figures and not have to work at our dead-end jobs and like hate our lives at our jobs and just want to be at home and vibe all day, we need to level up, okay? So this group will be for Emeralds. So Emerald to Diamond. So obviously there's going to be requirements because Emma and I have to start getting tough on you guys. So your requirements to get in this group is you have to be an active Emerald, which means that you have 2 active coaches underneath you with 50 personal volume to keep active, right? I'm right. I'm not saying that wrong. Yeah. We're going to have a spreadsheet where you guys are going to have to update your numbers daily. We will go more in depth in that on another team call. Participate in the weekly call. That will probably be on Saturdays. Post at least once a day and at least 10 times on Instagram stories, and we're going to be watching you. Monthly personal development book. We haven't really chosen we're going to do Get Over Your Damn Self for that one. We're going to be using Voxer instead of texting. Voxer is just an easier way to get to you guys, for you guys to ask questions. And then commit to one program. So please, please, please make sure that you guys are committing to one program. But those are your requirements. You have to be active Emerald. And we will kick you out of this group if you don't commit to these requirements. If you're not updating your numbers and you go inactive, you will be out of that group. Like, gotta work for it. And
Can I say one thing or two things? And then also with this group, though, if you get kicked out, you have the opportunity to get put back in by putting your name on the list, but you will have to wait for the whole week. So you miss out on that whole week of posts and things that we talk about. And then also one other thing is, we're doing this with you. So like this Level Up group, I'm like 10xing it. So I'm a part of, and Gabby's also a part of this group that corporate puts on. And we get kicked out as well if we're not updating our form and the numbers and stuff. So just know that like we also got this idea from our corporate mentors who are also holding us accountable. And we're not doing this to be mean. We're doing this to hold you accountable. This is going to help you consistently check in and be like, okay, like for me, like I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go check in and I have to go put in my numbers or I'm going to get kicked out. And I don't want to get kicked out because that's just how I am. And that's the competitive side of me. And the part of me that holds myself accountable to the standards that I have for myself and my business. So, yeah. I just wanted to.
You guys, I was kicked out of my Action Academy group.
I was too.
Yeah.
I just got put back in.
I was kicked out of it, and when I came back from Summit, I was like, you know what? Let me see if I'm still in this group, and I wasn't. And I'm still not accepted, and I told Emma, I was like, should I reach out to my corporate mentor? Because, like, I'm freaking out right now. And she's like, yes. Because, you guys, like, that is momentum. Like, I know that I need to be hitting these numbers. And trust me, you guys, I don't want you guys to get so, like, numbersy. I want you to always remember why you're doing this. You're doing this to help people, but also remember that it is a business and it is kind of sort of about numbers. And when you kind of sort of do the work, you kind of sort of get results. Quoting my new BFF. I freaking love her. If you guys haven't watched Emily Faber, I think that's her name, on YouTube, go watch her story. Like, I was sobbing at Summit. So yes, we don't do this to be mean. We do it to help you guys and hold you accountable. I don't want you to ever think like, wow, she's being like super mean. No, we love you guys, but we just kind of have to be strict sometimes. So Coach Summit next year is back in Indianapolis. We will be there, and it's July 11th through the 14th. But we are actually going to be going on the 10th of July because we like to go an extra day so that we can hang out with you guys, go to dinner, vibe, and meet you all and just have fun before like all the craziness starts. So yeah, mark your calendars and get your Summit tickets because after July 9th, it will go up to a lot. So from now until July 9th, it's $130. That's $165 savings. If you're a new coach, if you hit Emerald in your first 3 months or whenever you start, like first 3 months of your business, you can actually win a ticket to Summit.
No. Wait. It's Success Club your first 3 months, not Emerald.
Oh, why did I say that? You're right. They're like Emerald. Oh my God. It's Success Club. Sorry, guys. So when you hit Success Club in your first 3 months of your business, you will get a free ticket to Summit. And even if you buy the one for $130, Emma said that I think that you will be reimbursed, or you can use that ticket for the following Summit. So if they email you and you're like, oh, you want a free ticket, but you already bought a ticket, I would just call them and be like, what can I do? But I would definitely buy your ticket this week before the 9th because that is super cheap. And honestly, the amount of trainings you get doesn't even equal the amount. Like, it should be way more than that, you guys. Like, way more. So yeah. That's all we kind of have for you guys. We just hope you guys are there next year. Dreamers Take Indy, BB Coachella. I'm so basic. But I'm just super pumped for this. And you guys, we did a photo shoot and it was so much fun. And we're going to do one next year because the girl who did our photo shoot is actually going to be one of my coaches. So I'm super pumped about that. That's the whole point, you guys. making connections with people. Make connections. Reach out to people, because now this girl is going to sign up as a coach and be on our team, and she's going to take our pictures next year. So how cool is that? So yeah, if you want to get headshots, you'll be getting headshots. And definitely get them, because Emma didn't, and she's kicking herself in the butt for it. So definitely get your headshots. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions, we're going to stop the recording. But thank you so much, and we will see you guys, well, yeah, next year. Emma, you stopped the recording?
Yes.
Or no? Okay.
Oh yeah. See you next year. Also, we're renting a hotel, most likely because the Airbnb was just kind of too far away. So if you're looking, we're probably gonna do Marriott, unless it sells out. So just book now. You just reserve one room, like one night. You don't have to pay for the full up front, and then you can find other girls to room with. We have a Summit page created already. So if you're not a part of it and you're planning on going, get a part of the Summit group, because that's where we're going to be updating things that are happening and stuff like that. So even if you don't have a ticket bought yet, but you want to go, just be a part of the group so you can kind of stay up to date. And people start to also kind of sell their tickets towards the end if they have transferable ones, because things come up and stuff like that. So yeah, and does anyone have any questions before I stop the recording or anything?
And you guys can bring people too, like, it's a year away. So like, be thinking about that and be like, I want to bring my team. I want to bring my team to Summit. So like, don't just think about, like, I know it sounds so bad, but like, don't just think about yourself. Like, be like, I want to bring my team here. I want to bring my coaches. I know when I went to Summit, I was like, I got Morgan here, but I'm going to have like 30 other coaches with me, okay? Like, you guys, it is so possible, and it's so much fun. And
that's what I was thinking last year, and I didn't even have Gabby or Haley really as coaches when I was thinking about this after last Summit. And I was like, I'm going to have a house full of girls, and I did. And that was honestly the first year I had a house full of girls, which is really cool for me. I was like, yeah, to like pinch myself. It was so fun.
It was a lot of fun, but yeah.
And it's just nice because everything's downtown, so it'll be a lot more convenient.
You guys, it's so much more convenient to be downtown. And again, it's a tax write-off, so just saying. But yeah. Okay, so there's no more questions. If you guys are good, I'm going to do a giveaway. It's called